And when I say the caste barrier, let us again remember that for the new race, the caste system will remain as it is, probably the names may change. The Brahmin will be there who is interested in knowledge. The Kshatriya will be there who is interested in muscle power or protecting the masses. The Vaishya will be there who exchanges, and then the Shudra will be there who does the service. So this particular aspect of caste system was again given a true color in the life of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, where he could get over the initial inhibitions of caste system and could become a great pujari in the temple of the Shudra built Kali temple. Next, let us try to understand the various difficulties that he faced to understand whether God exists or not. He never studied any scriptures, neither does he know any shastras. And another important point which I want to digress is, the life of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says that more than the scriptures and etc., it is pure common sense which is more important. For example, when the idol of Lord Krishna was being carried over, it fell from the hands of the priest and the leg was broken of the idol. The Shastras, the Pandits, the great techno know-hows said that no, this idol can't be installed because it is broken, therefore it should be thrown into the Ganges and a new idol is to be chiseled again. Well, Rani Rashmani Devi ordered for a new idol, but meanwhile Madhura Babu, who used to see Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in the temple doing so many not understandable but very emotional actions, he was pleased with them, he was inspired by them, and she referred Ramakrishna Paramahamsa to Rani Rashmani Devi and said, better we will ask her his opinion also. Rani Rashmani Devi said, okay, we will ask. When he was asked, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa went into a trance and said, if the son-in-law of Rani Rashmani Devi has his leg broken, will she also ask him to be thrown into the Ganges and get a new son-in-law? Therefore, let the leg of the idol be corrected and then installed. And we all know that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a great sculptor also. So they asked Ramakrishna Paramahamsa himself to correct it. He corrected in such a way that the break is not visible. And the idol that is now in that temple is that which was mended by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Why I am talking about this example now is this is the most important thing which we should learn when practicing spiritual exercises, the common sense. This common sense was also exhibited by Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa when he was 9 or 10 years old also. Of course, we don't know the exact details, but it seems that there was a great word tussle between many Pandits about a particular issue. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and his friends, who were about 9 or 10 years old, were copying the Pandit's actions in a nearby field. But Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was following the arguments. And then he went to a old Panditji and whispered into his ears a solution for the tussle. He was so much pleased with the suggestion given by Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa that he lifted him into his shoulders and explained Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's suggestion to the Pandits who accepted it. Unfortunately, we don't know the exact version, what was the problem and what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa suggested. But this example of the broken idol is a very good example of common sense. So it must be something like that. So first of all, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gives us a message to enjoy life. to see the beauties of life. Next, if God exists, he said, let me try and see him. And next, and most important thing of all is common sense. Whatever you do, you use common sense. With this background of the qualities, let us go into the real practical aspects which Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa followed. The first one is the deep yearning which you should have. That is the most important step to realize God. You should like to see God. You should wish to see God. You yearn to see God. That must be the single inhibition for you. Always think of God. Later, when householder disciples used to come to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he used to advise that you do the household job with one hand and catch hold of the mother's feet in another hand, and when you finish your householder duties, catch mother's legs with both hands. So always one hand is towards God, whatever duty you are doing. This is the first condition to know God, to understand God, to learn about God. A continuous, deep yearning. There were instances in Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's life when he used to weep when the sun used to set, saying, Mother, one more day has gone and I couldn't see you. Do we have such an anguish? It is not that you should leave your duties, mind you. You have to do your duties to the fullest extent. That is what I tried to explain you in the beginning. Do your role by the example of Lord Shiva and how he slapped Rani Rasmani Devi. But while you are doing that role, always remember that God exists. And your first and foremost duty is to realize him. Because one of the most important steps or the most important guidelines given by Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is Bhava Mukho Bhava. I will explain it later. But you remember this, Bhava Mukho Bhava is the message given by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa to humanity. If anybody wants to synthesize the entire teaching of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and if anybody wants to explain how the new race will be, in what way people will be living in the coming generations, this is the one word which helps us to understand it. It is known as Bhava Mukho Bhava. I will explain it in a little while, both in the Tantric way and both in the Vaishnava way. Now, he was yearning for the mother's grace. And while he was yearning, the way he was doing the puja became more and more peculiar. I say peculiar, but the people who were seeing that way of worship which Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was doing, they thought he has gone mad. Before offering the Bilva Patras, he used to touch the Bilva Patras with his head, at his heart, and also at his feet, and only then he used to offer it. How sacrilegious it is for an orthodox devotee. You are offering flowers which are touched first to your feet. And when Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to feed the idol, offering prasada, after some time he used to laugh and say, so you say, I should eat it first? And then he used to eat it and then offer it to the mother. When he used to keep the mother on the cot for sleeping, people used to hear that mother is asking him to sleep by the side of her, and he used to sleep on the cot meant for the Divine Mother for some time, and then used to get up and say, are you satisfied? Now you go to sleep.